Greetings and salutations, my divine creatures, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great week and a blessed week. So today we're going to move along with our Pride series, and we're going to go into the next color, which is red. Anyways, so red represented life in the original gay pride flag, and life obviously is a huge staple in the LGBT community because it's something that we need to celebrate, it's something that we need to value, and it's something that we just really need to put an emphasis on when it comes down to all of us in the LGBT community. Life is something that we really need to hold true to ourselves. And another thing that I'll also be hitting today is I'll be talking about the AIDS epidemic, and I'll also be talking about the ACT UP AIDS Foundation, which was the first foundation established to help fight AIDS. And the reason I want to hit on that topic is because AIDS was something that really kind of attacked the LGBT community, not just physically, but on top of that, it gave straight community, the government, the religious community more ammunition to discriminate against us. People were saying AIDS was God's punishment, his way to kind of thin out the herd, and his way to kind of punish the gay people for committing a horrible sin. So we'll be doing a glitter beard look. Who doesn't love glitter? Oh, glitter. I love it. I put it in my cereal all the time. I don't do that. If you are wanting to see how I'm going to create that look, stay tuned. Alright, so off camera I went ahead and primed my lids and then set them using my NYX, as I always do. So I'm actually going to go in with my Kat Von D. I don't know what palette this is. It's Too Faced and Kat Von D Volume 1. And I'm going in with her half, and I'm going in with this red shade to go in with my lid. So I'm someone who tries his hardest to be as bubbly as possible, as happy as possible, because I've gone through a lot when it comes down to scrutiny. I've been persecuted not just by society when coming out. You know, I was also persecuted by my church and persecuted by my family. I was raised LDS, Latter-day Saint, and I was also, you know, I'm Hispanic. So those were already two strikes against me. I try my hardest to not be ashamed of who I am. Like when I was younger, I was, you know, I was the good child trying to like please mom and dad and everyone else. So I was trying to like mind my P's and Q's and be in my corner. But now as an adult, like I am very proud of who I am, and I want people to feel comfortable enough to just be who they are, to have that right to just go out, and if what you're wearing that day is, you know, garbage bags and that's what you wanted to wear that day, so be it. Like, who cares? When it comes down to it, our lives are ours, you know. No one really affects another person's life unless they do something drastic. But when it comes down to like who I love, what I do for work, what I do in my life, as long as I'm just focusing on me, I'm not really affecting you. So that's the message I try to spread sometimes when it comes to celebrating life. Just celebrate who you are and celebrate who other people are, and leave them be. So obviously, this isn't something new. I'm going to go in with a James Charles palette with the red color. AIDS was a disease and is a disease that continues to really attack our community. And it's something that we've tried our hardest to fight, and we've tried our hardest to find a cure for, and really try our hardest to not let it define who you are. This wasn't a disease that was created to destroy us. This wasn't a punishment on the gay community, being that this disease is something that is spread across the board. It's not just in the gay community, but unfortunately, the gay community is where it attacks the hardest. AIDS, also known as acquired immune deficiency syndrome, is something that will basically lower your T cell count. And your T cells are basically the cells that help fight any virus that comes into your body. It's basically your immune system. So the virus starts off as HIV, or human immune deficiency virus, and a lot of the symptoms are something that are very common, so that's why sometimes this virus can be a little bit scary. It can start off as a fever, a sore throat, fatigue can occur, and then if it does go into AIDS, a lot of the symptoms could include like extreme weight loss, a lot of red splotches and fevers, night sweats, fatigue, and recurrent infection. So cases of this were actually predated back in the 1970s, but a lot of it wasn't known what it was. They first categorized it back in 1981 was PCP, which was a lung disease. In 1981, that was when the first case was reported with this disease, but again, it wasn't reported as someone with AIDS or HIV. It was someone reported with PCP. It wasn't until 1982 that they had renamed the disease into GRIND, or gay-related immune deficiency disease. So AIDS and HIV was something that was commonly only seen in gay men, again, and that's how it was reported. It wasn't until 1983 that they saw a case of AIDS and HIV contracted in heterosexual individuals, and that's when, unfortunately, the media started giving it attention. But luckily, we as the LGBT community were always at the forefront of it, not just when it came to being categorized as people with HIV and AIDS, but also those who were fighting against it. So in 1990, in that same year, America had enacted an act called the ADA Act, which was the American Disability Associations Act, which basically helped fight against discrimination against people with disabilities, and that included people living with HIV and AIDS. In 1991, visual AIDS artist Kaukas actually launched the Red Ribbon Project and basically created the red ribbon as a symbol for HIV and AIDS awareness. Thanks to the ADA Act in 1993, the ban from restricting people who were living with HIV in America was lifted. In 1994 is when the FDA finally created its first oral test for HIV. So that's like a brief history of the disease and how it started and how it evolved. Even today, most of AIDS cases and HIV cases, unfortunately, are still in the LGBT community, and 15% of those living with HIV don't even know that they are. And it's important to really know your status and help protect not just yourself, but those around you. If you're negative, you can take steps to protect yourself and make sure that you're living a healthy and safe life. If you're positive, you can take steps to protect others. This is no longer a death sentence. We've come a long way when it comes to this disease, and it's no longer seen as a death sentence. There's new research and development coming out every year when it comes to this disease in the hopes of hopefully finding a cure. And if you want to know more information on how you can help with the cure, again, that'll all be linked in the description below, what you can do to help volunteer. Nowadays, we have PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis, and it's something that if you take daily, it can really help lower your risk of HIV. Those who take it daily on a regular basis actually reduce the risk of contracting HIV by 92%. And there are many, many ways to prevent it. You know, the church itself was someone were people who were trying to kind of say the only way to prevent HIV and AIDS was abstinence. I'm not here to go against the church and say, you know, shame on you. You know what? For those who believe that abstinence is a way to just protect yourself or something you believe in, I'm there for it. But do not shy away from the other ways of protection, because at the end of the day, people are still going to do what they do. They have their free agency. The number one way of protecting yourselves, my brothers and sisters, let me slap you in the face with it. Condoms! These are like 50 cents. Or if you went to Pride season, darling, hello, they give them out for free. There are free clinics where you can go, not only get tested for free, but get PrEP and this crap for free. Just so that you guys can protect yourselves and be safe. If you guys are going to make the adult decision of sleeping with another person, I'm not here to put regulations in your bedroom. Again, if you are going to make the adult decision to not use a condom, at least be on PrEP. If you're going to make the adult decision to sleep with someone, use a condom. You have so many options out there. Dental dams when it comes to my lesbian sisters, condoms when it comes to heterosexuals and gay people. Just make sure that you're being protected. That's it, you guys. One of the first foundations that was actually created when it came down to the AIDS epidemics was the ACT UP AIDS Foundation. The AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power, or ACT UP, was actually formed in March of 1987. It was a huge movement. It wasn't just a foundation that was helping fight against AIDS. It was a huge movement against the church, who wanted to silence any other way of trying to fight this disease, who went against the government, who was trying to basically throw us away. Families turning their backs on their own blood, not just because they're gay, but also because of this. And no one would identify their bodies, no one would identify who they were, because they didn't want to come forward. They didn't want to be known as the family who A, had a gay child, but also B, who had a gay child who was dying of a disease that society labeled as a punishment from God. The ACT UP AIDS Foundation was actually formed in the Lesbian and Gay Community Service Center in New York City. That was when the first one was established. And today, ACT UP chapters go anywhere from Boston to Chicago to Rhode Island, San Francisco, and other locations as well. We'll link all of that in the description. We'll actually link the ACT UP AIDS Foundation website in the description below so that you can find out more information about them. So now I'm just going to go in with this Huda Beauty dupe. My son Carter actually got this for me. It's called Aphrodite. And it was like $12 and I like love it. So anyways, going in with a darker red color that's in that palette just to go in and define my crease. So in that same year in 1983, the World Health Organization, or WHO, and again that will be linked in the description below as well, started an international surveillance for this disease. At first it was just to contain it because people were scared of it. They had no idea how this was contracted. They had no idea if it was curable, and they had no idea what was safe anymore. It was a huge epidemic not only in the gay community but also in the heterosexual community. But our community was the one that was attacked the most. So not only now do you have a pink triangle on you because you're gay, you know, now you have this symbol of death on you because you're gay. People already assumed gay equals what? AIDS, which equals death. This is one of the reasons, you know, you guys saw me get emotional in my last one, and this one will probably make me angry because this is one of the main reasons that I do these videos, is because this generation, hooray for you that you get to live in this world now where you can come out and people are virally sharing your coming out parties. You know, that's what was fought for, but do not forget what was sacrificed and how we got here today. We still have a long way to go. If we lose the spirit of who we are and become extremely comfortable, we're going to lose it all. You know, my point is, let's celebrate our history and celebrate our pride and celebrate our lives so that we can essentially make a world where we want to live in. So in 1984, the first screening for the virus was created and doctors were able to test to see who had the virus. The test was originally created so that they can come up with an antivirus with, or a cure, but unfortunately nothing has come of it yet. I'm going to move on to the next part of my face, and I'm going to go in with my primer. I know I'm everywhere right now with this, but I think it's because I'm a little passionate about it. The irony of this is that I don't have to prime my full face, but because I am using this almost on a daily, I'm like, I've gone through two. So, if I can get a sponsor, that'd be fine. But that's not what this is about. So in 1984, that's when the first test was created. But in 1985 is when the official FDA licensed a way to test for it, which was really cool. 1985, media started really getting involved with the disease a lot more, is because its first high-profile celebrity had passed away from AIDS. His name was Rock Hudson, and he actually had left behind $250,000 to create the American Foundation for AIDS Research. So by December of 1987, the World Health Organization had over 71,000 cases of HIV and AIDS around the world. That brought upon them making December 1st World AIDS Day to basically pay respects to the lives that were lost. In the 1990s, AIDS was something that people, again, that were used against us to discriminate. And it wasn't just anyone who was gay at this point. In the 1990s, yes, it was a lot of the LGBT community, but our government actually put a ban on people who were known to have HIV from entering the country. So I'm going to focus a little bit on the look right now, because I feel like I haven't really said anything on said look. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of defining everything here. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kind of like blend the red down. But yeah, comment down below, you guys. Like, how is it that you guys celebrate your life? How is it that you guys just be your authentic selves? I would really like to know. And if you haven't already yet, if you guys can destroy that like button, that'd be freaking great. hit that bell so you guys can get notified when I start posting other videos. And comment down below. I welcome every comment in the book, so good or bad. If you guys like this video, hit the subscribe button. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs up button. See what I did there? Now I'm gonna go in and highlight my brow bone. Highlight. Alright, and now is gonna come the fun part, because the small little details like the brows and the eyeliner and lips, I just do off camera. Because again, there's really no reinventing the wheel here. So we are gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. I've destroyed this from the last time. I'm gonna go in with the red color. And I am gonna start in the beard area here. So, that was taking too long, which is why I want to get the Makeup Forever Pro palette. So we're just going to go in with MAC Ruby Roo, and we're just going to do that, because it's faster, and I'm impatient. Alright, so now that the base is down, we are going to go in with the Got To Be hairspray. Got this at the Target. That's fancy for Target. And then we're gonna go in with this beautiful, finely ground glitter. It is Recollections brand. It was $9 at Michael's. So I'm gonna put this as far from my face as I possibly can. Yes, bitch! Oh! Look at that. Look at it. It's hilarious. I'm not sure what it looks like on camera. I'm sure I'll see later on this week. But like in the mirror, it just looks like a bunch of like old branchy vines. It's disgusting. But that's fine. Ooh. I am not mad at this glitter. I mean, it's glitter. How can you be mad at it? Oh, bitch. So funny story about this. I was trying to find an adhesive that was going to stick the glitter onto the beard. And my drag son, Aspen, helpingly suggested this glitter primer from NYX. But it was literally $9 for this little tube. Look at my face and tell me that that little tube was going to cover this beard. So then I decided, you know what? Let's go with an old drag queen trick and use this sticky spray. Yes, glitter beard. Yes. Oh. I am so happy right now. And this, I mean, that was the whole point of this. Like, I wanted to be happy. I wanted to be someone who was gonna like, wanted to just like bounce up and down to celebrate life. And that's a little more of a, what's it called? Oh, why can't I think of the term right now? More lighthearted take on life. We as gay people, that's what we do at times when we're out and we're celebrating. We try to give each other as much energy as we can. We look at someone, we're like, yes, honey, you are giving me life. I am living. You are sickening the house down, boots. That's what we do as gay people sometimes. Like, not even sometimes, I think all the time, as gay people, as LGBT people, once people find that out, that we're gay, nowadays anyway, if we're like at the bar scene, we're around a bachelorette party, people are just like, oh my god, yes, I love gay people, they're amazing. Like, at times it can get annoying, I get it, but like, that's the power that we have. People like live for us, you know? And that's just a great way to kind of just celebrate life and remember our power. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips, eyebrows, and eyeliner off camera, and I will be right back. Alright guys, and this is the final look. I decided off camera that I was gonna do my brows red, just to go with the whole overall theme. Please remember guys to always be proud, always be yourselves, and always let your light just shine. ACT UP, the AIDS Foundation, their motto is always silence equals death. So be as loud as you possibly can. Let yourself be known, let yourself be heard, and celebrate your life, because your life is something that needs to be celebrated. So always keep that in mind, my brothers and sisters. You guys are beautiful, divine creatures. It's one of the reasons I call you all that. I love you all to death, and know that. Stay blessed, stay proud, love you all.